Hey everyone, Shiny Sephiroth here with another X-Sword progression battle. Right here, we have, this was back and forth. There was another team that I was doing fairly well here, but it was only like 40-50% of the time I was winning. So just to make things a little bit easier, and to make it so that I didn't have to gamble every single time I tried to fight this, I switched this to Godslayer. And he was winning about 80% of the time, most of the time with only Godslayer and Lucas surviving. So there we have it. And I put, let's go ahead back to the beginning of this one. I ended up putting Godslayer on the far right hand side because even though that triggers Kui Pon, I was noticing that it made things easier when I got his healing ability out of the way very quickly. Also, I would have preferred to take Tchaikovsky out right out of the gate, but because he's right in front of Laura, that makes things difficult because Godslayer might hit her instead and completely stop him from continuing his bully and make him vulnerable to Indira and Laura and Tchaikovsky and Rex all slamming him and destroying him in the front row. And he needs to be in the front row so that Cupid can amplify his efforts. You do see that I used Panda in the number 1 slot. I needed somebody with a little bit of durability, but the other 3 teams were so hard and so difficult that I needed to have all of my heavy-hitting defenders over there. So yeah, that's how we ended up with what we have here. So this battle here, this is my control team. As you can see, I mean, we have Giles and Ivy. And then we have Rockefeller to also help with some paralysis. I did have to take out a few of my other people just because of how difficult this battle was. So I put Jane on the bottom to amplify the damage output for both Laura and Forest Dancer. And honestly, this is probably the hardest battle that I had to endure in this level. Indira and Sally being able to hit over and over again, even while paralyzed and contained and whatnot, it was difficult. So yeah, but this one, everything fell into place. Really, one of the biggest irritants in this battle was Houston. The majority of the time that I was fighting, she would not be controlled. I mean, sometimes I swapped in Zeus instead. Zeus wasn't paralyzing her. Ivy wasn't entangling her. I don't know what's going on. I mean, they must have programmed her on the dev end to be very resistant to control. I mean, she was devastating my front row. But we were able to, let's go back here, get it eventually taken care of. Yeah, so at one point I was trying to get Ivy to stay alive longer and so that she could continually entangle people, but that wasn't working out. If I didn't have her entangle people right during the front, or right at the beginning of the battle, then I was just getting destroyed. And as you can see right there, even right there, Houston was not getting controlled. So when you're fighting this, you're probably going to see the same thing. So keep that in mind. So we went ahead and we went through that one. Let's go ahead back here to this. So I decided to go Chloris versus Chloris on this one. I was actually doing pretty, I don't know, I would say 30-40% of the time I was winning this one. With the previous team that you saw, they were over here. They were controlling and trapping the enemy team to stop them from being able to amp things up and protect Chloris before she was able to do her sand golem. But then I started noticing that her sand golem wasn't all that powerful to begin with. And so I started paring this team down and doing less control because I was figuring, hey, even if they do end up throwing in a sand golem here or there, we can survive. I just noticed that this team, its defense wasn't that strong, especially for a Chloris team. They were really, this team was more about speed and killing everybody as quickly as possible. So that's when I switched to that became a piece of cake. And then this one here necessitated quite a bit of an update for my what's her face, Valkyrie. So I went ahead and I asked around for some advice, and I was given some advice that for her, armor pierce, broken armor, is the most important stat. So I went ahead, and when we go over the layout of every member of the team, you're going to see how I really doubled down on that with her. And yeah, so also there is a Laura on this team. So I put Paladin in the hopes that she would create that ISO situation that she just did. So she did her ult, stopping Laura from being able to do her ult. But even then, it wasn't even that big of a deal because Pierre jumped in and took her out of the picture. So this is a little concerning. We only have one person in the front row who doesn't have a lot of health yet. It is a fully maxed out Yi, but still. Especially when you're dealing with somebody like Advanced Toko, who is Valkyrie. You never know. It's RNG dependent, so maybe it's going to work, maybe it's not. I mean, it's hard to tell. But I think pairing her with Pierre was a good move, because whenever she did knock somebody out, then we were having Pierre's sniping ghost attack go in and not only helping kill, but also going in and shutting down ultimates like that, putting a silence on, or even just taking away, like that you're seeing right there, taking away the ult damage that happens. Anyway, so you have it's pound at the end. We're good to go. Only 5 levels to go, and we are on to chapter 45. Yeah. Oh, and so now we get some big ones here. Anyway. So, yeah, it makes sense for me to do this now. We're still 2 hours away from reset. And, all 4 of the people I picked won. So, bully for me. All right, so let's go ahead and yep, that's right. Today, Laura got dethroned. She is no longer my number 1. I was shocked when I saw that. I did not expect it. I went ahead and, because I was moving things around, I was redoing some of my stigs, and I saw this one lying around that I hadn't used before. Before, what Indira had was this one, which is great. I mean, you want her to survive a bit longer. That's why I have vitals on her. But, I mean, broken armor is better for her than damage immune, and that skyrocketed her to the first place slot. So that's new. Anyway, I'll go ahead and breeze through this as quickly as possible. Oh, and when it comes to Valkyrie, I'll go ahead and show what I'm talking about. Look where her broken armor is at now. And on the scorecard that you see, they don't take into account Stig. So you see that she also has her broken armor at 6-star Stigs here. So she's actually at 149%. So that should be very interesting to see how I'm going to change what I do with some of the stuff with her being so powerful now. All right, everybody, thank you so much for stopping by here, you veteran pigeons. I hope that you're all doing well. Good luck with your battles, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace!